Hello, divas, diamonds, and dolls. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Femininity with Momma Gail. Today, let's talk about why men pull away. Women, we are more attached in areas because we are emotional creatures. It's in our nature to be emotional. We think that when we get with a gentleman, that we should automatically be connected and on the same page and attached in the same way. Men don't process the way that we do. When men are attracted to you, when they are falling in love with you, and even when they love you, and even in a marriage, men will fall back because it is in their nature to detach. It's not so much that he's trying to ghost you if you don't hear from him for 2 days. Now, if you don't hear from him weeks, months, he's ghosting. But men detach because they need to sort out, what is this that I'm feeling? Or I don't want to feel this way. I'm afraid to feel this way. So they pull back. A pulling back does not mean that they are not attracted to you. A pulling back does not mean that they do not want you. The pulling back means, let me process what's going on. Am I ready for this? Is she the one? They need to pull back because it is what men do. They detach. And even, like I said, even if he's married to you, he may have attached, but men have men caves for a reason because they need to detach. Go into the basement or the attic or wherever their cave is and process and think. Have a drink. Have a cigar in a quiet place. In a place where he can call his own. A man detaching does not mean that he does not love you, that he does not want you, that he does not respect you. As women, we are emotional creatures. We get caught up in, oh, I'm attached. Oh, I'm feeling him. This is what I want. Why is he backing up? We feel like we have to be in control of a man. And this is what he fears. You trying to take control and dominate his life. For instance, if you have a guy who's very active with his friends, he go out, he spend times with his boys. They do things. He don't have no curfew, no type of restrictions because he's a single man. He practically does what he wants to do. Now, you are this good girl who have morals and values and requirements and things of that nature that he's not used to being with somebody like you. So now that he's feeling you and invested in you and has gotten to a place where he needs to process what's going on, his fear of not being able to spend as much time with his boys, wanting to do things the way that he's always done it, making this change, because that's all it is. The man is struggling with the change that is taking place, the change that is going on. Is he ready for this change? You need to learn, my sisters, young ladies, how to give him the space that he needs. And I totally agree with you that he needs to be able to communicate and say, this is what I need. Give me a little space to process what's going on. But unfortunately, men don't think like we do. We are communicators. We are emotional, yes, but we still communicate regardless of what. We communicate through conversation. A man is not going to do that. If he needs time, he feel like he's a grown man, he's going to do what he wants to do. You're not going to control him. See, we're not even in a relationship, and here you go, you're nagging me, you're controlling me already, you're trying to tell me what to do, you're trying to pull me out of change, something that I'm not sure that I'm ready for. And you have the power to either push him away or draw him closer. If you give him the time and the space that he needs without nagging him, Whenever he calls you, oh, where you been for 2 days? You ain't called me. I ain't heard from you. This, that, and the other. Instead of saying, hey, sweetie, how are you? You know, how was your week? How was your weekend? Or whatever it was that he took. You know, are you okay? Is everything all right? He wants to know that you are concerned and caring about him. The attachment is not going to be the attachment from the feminine side of attachment. His attachment is going to come in you understanding how he bonds. And how he bonds is not going to be the way that you bond, the way that you process, the way that you are connected. It's how you communicate with him, how you treat him, how you make him feel. That's important to him. So you have the power to push him away or draw him closer. Just because a man takes time to take a couple of days to step back, he may call you and text you, but you may not see him for a couple of days. He's still communicating, but you don't see him. It doesn't mean that he's not interested. As women, we have to pull back and stop being so selfish and caught up in us and thinking that he's going to do what somebody else has done or what happened to somebody else if it didn't happen to you. We get caught up in all of these things and responding to things that hasn't even happened instead of giving the brother a chance, you know, from his perspective and not always from our perspective. So the attachment, the detachment, men are more detached. It's in their nature. As masculine men, they will detach. They will shut down. If you are so attached that you're clingy and you push him away. We don't like to take responsibility for the part that we play in stuff. Oh, he did this. Oh, he pulled away. Oh, he ghosted me. Oh, he just stopped calling. Why? What was your part that you played in it? And don't get me wrong. I know that there are some brothers out there who are just no good, who are up to no good, who had no good intentions from the door. But when you have a good gentleman, he's not going to all of a sudden just stop and ghost without you seeing the part that you played in it. So if you feel him detaching and pulling back a little bit, give him time. Give him space. Let him process. Some gentlemen are afraid of love. They've been hurt and don't want to love. And you may be the right person who's able to come in and heal. But because he's been hurt so much, broken so much, had so many promises made to him, that he's not going to just believe and accept what it is that you say, because you are you and you know what you want to do. And you'll say all of these things, but as soon as he takes a back seat for 2 days or so, then where you been? Why you ain't called me in 2 days? You could have at least sent me a text. This, that, and the other. He communicates different. So if he's pulling away, he's not pulling away. Stop taking it so personal and allow him to have his space if you're trying to get him. And even if you have him and you're married to him, learn how to speak the language that he needs. Because if everything is evolving around you, he feels like he's losing his self. He will shut down. He will bring a case of beer home, go down into his man cave and shut down. Because you are not allotting him the space to be himself, to have his own time, to do his own thing. When we get into relationships, we don't belong to each other only. We still have individual lives that we want to live. We are just in relationships, connected, married, things of that nature, committed, faithful, yes, all of that comes with it. But we need our individual time and space. And before a man gives that up, he will walk away and ghost you if that's not what he's ready for. So if he is pulling away, give him the space to fall back. If he loves you and he wants you, he's going to be there. This is Femininity with Momma Gail. Have a blessed and prosperous day, divas, diamonds, and dolls.